tapping into the true potential of the human spirit. This is Humanity Empowered. This is The Implicit Show. Hello, what is up, and welcome to another episode of The Implicit Show. Episode 45, actually, I'm pretty sure. We're at 45 episodes, which is really cool. It feels really good because, I mean, we restarted this show in January. I think we were at episode 50 or something like that, and now here we are, episode 45. We're doing our Friday Mastermind, one of my favorite days of the week, Friday, and we got a couple cool guys here. Super pumped about this. So I'll give you guys a chance to introduce yourself if, the people don't already know you. But Sean, why don't you go ahead, man, introduce yourself.
Yeah, man. Sean Douglas, speaker, author, and resilience trainer.
Boom. Johnathan, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you much. My name is Johnathan Pritchard, basically a professional mind reader, mentalist, and business psychology consultant / speaker / way too many irons in the fire.
I like that. I like that a lot. And my name is Bren. You guys know me. I'm just some crazy guy with a camera in my face and a microphone right here and music everywhere. So today on the Mastermind, we're going to talk about goals. We're going to talk about ourselves, some of the things that, what I love about this show is it's not where we just get on here and we pick a topic and we talk about the topic, which is what we do most days of the week. But on this day of the week is a chance for each of us to really talk about ourselves, talk about where we're succeeding in life, talk about our struggles, and talk about our goals. And I think through that, the goal here is to inspire you guys, because maybe, something Sean says or something Johnathan says will stick out at you and you'll be like, man, I really got to try that, or I never thought of it quite that way. And so it is a great way to build a better personal relationship with us, and also to kind of see how we do things, how we run our lives, and hopefully give you guys some inspiration at the same time. So yeah, man, how you guys want to start this? How you guys feel? Well, before we start any of that, let's talk about, let's get a little personal. Let's talk about your week. How's your week been, Sean?
I've been pretty sick all week.
Oh, exciting.
Short and sweet, to the point. Awful. Next question.
Yeah, I've been Sunday, Monday, was down and out, man. Like I slept all day Monday. I was just dead. Saturday, I was in New York, speaking in New York at an event called Clarity Connects. It was amazing, but there was some snow up there, which I absolutely hate. Mm-hmm. And so left that event, amazing event. Sunday, I was kind of not feeling real well. Monday, down and out. And then just been trying to get better the rest of the week. But
it sounds like you got convention flu. Right. So you go to these big events, you shake a whole bunch of hands, and then you get sick as a dog when you go home. It's like, yep. And suddenly celebrities putting Purell all over their hands every time they shake somebody's hand starts making a lot more sense. Wait a minute. Every time I travel, I get super sick. Oh, dang it. And this is part of how I make my living. All right. I got to figure this out somehow.
Yeah,
it's
no doubt.
Brutal.
Yeah. How about you, Johnathan? What have you been up to all week?
Way too much trouble. It's
always.
Just, yeah, I can't even talk about some of the shenanigans that have gone on because they're just so much fun. But in the kind of business end of things, got to do a couple pre-conference meetings, right? Where you go in, talk to the client, you go, okay, you're hosting this conference. Who's going to be there? What are they wanting out of their time there? That way I know how to design my presentation to give them exactly that experience. Then that makes me a rock star to the organizers. So that's a really important detail. That way you know exactly what it is that you're trying to aim for. Right? Otherwise, it's kind of like, hey, we're going to book you to do this thing and go. You're like, well, how are you going to measure success? I don't know. I guess if people like you just say, oh, okay. So I got to do a couple of those kind of strategy sessions, sending emails, just all the fun stuff that happens. And then in my personal life, just hanging out with super cool people. And after this phone call, going to go to an art event that goes until 3 a.m. So going to hang out with a whole bunch of artists and performance weirdos in a warehouse in Chicago. So it's
nothing wrong with ever hanging out with weirdo people in warehouses in Chicago.
Yeah.
Nothing ever could go wrong.
Yeah. It's a foolproof plan. If you want to live your life like an adventure, you got to make some choices like this.
Living on the edge, yeah.
Yeah, it's completely, totally safe, responsible people. I'm sure there are permits involved.
Tetanus shots have been had.
Yeah, my mom would feel fine going there. Yeah, it's an all ages event. Sure.
That's good. That's good. Then I think I kind of know where the trouble thing comes from now. I think I'm starting to get what you're getting at here.
Yep.
Anyways, I've just been I'm working on music all week. I have a new record coming out in April 21st on my birthday. And
Outstanding.
Cool.
it's not finished yet though. So like I'm working really hard to finish it. I also have a book that's coming out alongside it. So yeah, I like setting deadlines like that kind of put me under pressure, because now it's like, damn, like it's coming out in like a month and a half, like a month. I really got to get on this, really got to make it happen. And so that's something I've been working on, a lot of mixing, a lot of recording. I came out with a new music video earlier in the week and put that out, and it's gotten like a great response. Lots of like, thank you everybody for the amazing response on that. And yeah, I mean, just like Johnathan said, staying in trouble, not out of trouble, having fun. Tonight I have an event. I'm performing at a local pub. It's like one of my favorite places to play. And I'm playing with a friend of mine, Julie, and we're doing all original music, which is really cool because oftentimes when I go into venues like that, I play like I'm expected to play for like 2 or 3 hours, right? Maybe sometimes 4 hours. So I usually give it like a mix of covers and originals and, whatever, some speaking and some stuff like that. But today they're like, okay, we want to do like an indie night. So it's like all original music. And so it's something I haven't done in a while. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah. That's what
I got a question for you guys. Let's start this mastermind off with this question. If you had to choose a song that described your life, or a song that is like your theme song, what song is that?
Oh man, I know right off the top of my head. Can I go?
Yeah.
Because I know exactly what it is. It's the Indiana Jones theme song. do 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 do, because I'm constantly muttering that to myself, right? Like I'll be just putting on my shoes and friends are like, are you humming the Indiana Jones theme song? Like, yeah. So that's like constantly running in the back of my head all the time.
And you're living an adventure.
Exactly. Like going to the grocery store on an adventure. Hey, how's it going, Greg?
Hey, there's Greg.
Hey guys, I'm in my car. I'm not at the nursing home yet, so you can give me like 5 minutes. I'm right across the street and I'll set up.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we got the big dreamer.
Yeah, man.
Safety first.
We'll see you soon, man. So what
about Bren?
Man, when you asked that, the first thing before you even finished the question, the first thing that came to my mind was Eye of the Tiger. I was like, yes. Eye of the Tiger. And then I thought about it. Well, maybe like Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. That's a great one too. And then Johnathan was talking about the Indiana Jones theme song, and then I was thinking about the Forrest Gump theme song, and like how some days, I'm just going for a nice walk and the sun's shining, and I just like feel like I'm in Forrest Gump. You see, there's like a feather. I'm just like, yes. So I'm gonna have to go with that one.
I like it.
Yeah, mine is anything off the Rocky soundtrack, because like I love Rocky. Greatest resilience story ever. So like, yeah, man, like Eye of the Tiger, any like montage stuff, like
training montage. Gotta eat some eggs.
like Team America, you know what I mean?
Right.
They're like, time to cue a montage.
Exactly.
So yeah, man, like anything Rocky, I love Rocky. So any Rocky song, I'm golden, man. That's my life right there.
Gets the juices flowing.
Oh, it does. Oh yeah.
Phenomenal.
Love it, man. Do you guys, that's something I'm curious about. Like, do you guys use music a lot when you're working? Like, do you guys put on tunes and like get in the zone?
It depends on what I'm working on.
Oh man.
Depends on what I'm working. It's like if I'm building I'm building a 66 Mustang, right? So if I'm in the garage and I'm cutting and welding and I'm grinding and banging and just destroying stuff, then yeah, dude, Rocky music all the way, and maybe some like Kill Switch Engage or something like that, something to get it going. But if I'm like really, really, really trying to concentrate, I either do not use music or something that's really, really mellowed out.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't want to distract. Because if it's upbeat, dude, I'm like Hammy from Over the Hedge, man. I'm like Squirrel Moment, and I'm like all over the place, and I'll end up tapping and singing and forget what the hell I was doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. For me, if I'm painting, I'll have kind of a like industrial techno album without lyrics, but
Yeah.
I have to choose the album specifically so that that emotion doesn't overpower the painting if it's not the right one, right? Because you just kind of pick your side, like whatever, it'll come through the paint, whatever you're thinking about, right? So that's pretty much the only time I listen to music. Like if I'm driving a 14-hour drive to get to a show or something, I'll listen to an audiobook, right? Because if you listen to an album, 45 minutes later, you're done and you've got 14 more hours left to go. You're just reminding yourself just how much longer you're going to be stuck in this car. But if you're listening to a 54-hour audiobook and then you've just driven 14 hours, you're not even halfway through. You're like, what's going to happen next? So that's how I stay engaged. But if I'm writing or any kind of cognitive load, dead quiet. Like, don't talk to me. I don't like going to a coffee shop. I've got to be kind of a hermit by myself, working through this cloud of ideas that I'm trying to wrangle onto the page. Like, I don't need any distractions.
That happened to me last night. Actually, I was driving home from a show. It was like an hour and a half drive. I was listening to an album, and then the album ended, and I still had like 20 or 30 minutes left, and I just like I didn't know what to do, so I just started talking to myself. I swear,
trying to work some stuff out.
I just had like a 30-minute conversation with myself. It was weird, but it worked. I don't know, it got me through.
See, there's a glorious benefit of being bored, right? I mean, people always talk about, oh, I have great ideas in the shower, but then I never remember them. You know why you've got great ideas? Because that's the sole part of your entire day where you're giving yourself permission to be bored, right? You can't be on your phone, anything else. So your mind goes, okay, let's come up with some fun ideas to distract myself, right? Like, why not plan for that process outside the shower, where you can actually have a pen and some paper? So using music for me is a distraction and gives my brain something to do other than come up with really good ideas. So I actually kind of plan boredom time. Say, okay, I'm not going to do anything else but just sit here and let's figure this out.
I think I need to do more of that, man. That's a great idea, because I've noticed, when you're bored, that's when you really start working through things. Like that's when you really start. We have so many unresolved conflicts, I feel, in life. Maybe it's just an argument we had that we kind of just set aside, or a project that we didn't complete that we don't feel too good about. All these things, and sometimes when you take that time away from the phone, away from the music, away from the friends, away from everything, and you're just like alone with yourself, it's like you got no choice but to get your shit together. And so that's awesome.
Exactly.
Hey, so I got this. I don't know if you guys can see that, marketing in your car.
Oh, cool.
Right. And what it is it's Russell Brunson. Right. And it's just a stick. It comes in this box and it's a USB, but it's also an MP3 player. And there's like 6 hours or some crazy, stupid number of hours of just Russell Brunson on this like flash drive MP3 player thing. And so when I'm in my car, I will put some of this on, and on like long drives, I'm literally like, yeah, dude, like an audiobook or like something like a podcast. Like it's a great way. You have nowhere else to be. So instead of listening, I mean, it's okay to listen to music. I'm never going to say that you can't, but at the same time, more productive way, listen to some podcasts, find something that you want to listen to or one that you've been meaning to listen to and just listen to that. And so you're learning at the same time. The only problem with that is I have to write everything down. I feel like I have to oh my God, that was like a nail biter. Like, let me write that down, but you can't really do that while you're driving because I don't want to miss anything. But then I remember like, oh yeah, it's recorded like forever.
You should listen to it again.
Like, oh my God, I want to mess that,
Yeah.
So if I could DVR my radio, I would,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, real quick, I wanna mention a hello to the people in the comment section. We got Craig Jones 123 in Twitch, and we got Jason in here and Rachel, Brett. What is up, guys? Always a pleasure. Um, anyways, I've been experimenting. Like when I listen to music, like I'm a musician, so music is such a huge part of my life. If you can't tell,
No,
so like
not at all.
so I'm always listening to music, always jamming. And I've been experimenting lately with like subliminal programming music. So like when I sleep, I put on music that has like it's like super calming. I mess around with binaural beats too to you know get into a specific state of mind, like so I could sleep or so I could work. And I've noticed like because I write a book every month. That's my challenge for this year. And so during my writings, it's been really beneficial to me to just listen to like some binaural beats or something that just like puts me in the zone. Because I feel, and we're all different, right? I feel like for me, when there's complete silence and then I hear something, like even just a small little sound, I'm like, what was that? Like, oh, what? Oh, and it distracts me, right? But if I have like this loud noise in my head and like these in my ears and I can't hear anything, it doesn't matter what happens. I'm in the zone. Like nothing can interrupt me. Nothing can get in my way. So that's been super beneficial. I actually discovered this. Do you guys listen to like hip hop at all? Hip hop?
Nope.
No.
Every once in a while, like, I'm horrible with knowing what it is I'm listening to.
Oh.
Right? Like I'll go to Google Play Music and then just pick an activity and then let that go. But rarely am I like, I'm going to go to this artist and listen to this album for these. Like, I have no clue. Like, I listen to Modest Mouse. Like, that's the only band that I'm like, I listen to that band. And I don't even know most of their songs' names. So I'm horrible with identifying stuff like that.
I listen to country music.
Country music.
That's it.
Nice.
That's it, man. Well, country music and
Kill Switch
like,
Engage this country music?
No,
whoa,
no, like that's different. That's way different. Like I'm beating the crap out of metal and building things. So I got to get like, my death metal on, you know what I mean? but like that's like a 1% time, you know what I mean? The rest of the time, man, it's just like I get in the car. It's all country music. My wife's car is country music. When I'm at work, it's country music. So yeah, man, either that or like Christian rock or something like that. You know what I mean? But other than like Christian music, Christian rock, or like country, yeah, man, count me out.
Man, I've been listening to like every single genre. That's what's been like super. And I'm really big into music, right? So I'll listen to everything. But I discovered this genre called like jazz hip hop or something like that. So it's like it's super jazzy and it's kind of like swing jazz, and I really like that. But then it's got like this hip hop modern element to it, and it's completely instrumental. So there's no lyrics and no like bitches and cars and money and stuff. So I'm really into it. I'm like, this is cool. I'm just super excited about finding that because it's put me in the zone. I think the past week I've been listening to it. And I've just been getting in work, making stuff happen, and I just got this like jazzy music and I'm dancing. I don't even realize it. That's really cool.
Because it's new and fresh.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta do like some new and fresh stuff, man. So definitely anything that'll help do that.
Yeah, and it's a great allowance for yourself to experience a new state of mind, right? Sure. It's kind of an outside-in ritual of permission, right? Mm-hmm. So you just kind of like, I'm going to do this thing to get to this end state, which makes more sense than I'm just going to access this new internal state, right? Mm-hmm. So it's going through that process that helps you just kind of experience that.
It's a little bit of mindfulness practices, you know what I mean? Like just because people with mindfulness, they think that it's just all breathing. Like, okay, breathe in, breathe out. Oh, I'm doing some mindfulness. Like I'm way good, but really it comes down to, you being present in the moment and having that appreciation for that. Mm-hmm. So, that's a lot of misconception around what mindfulness is. And what Bren did there was a type of mindfulness activity where, he finds a new genre and he listens and he's real open to it. He's like, what am I hearing? Like, am I picking out different beats? And I'm picking, and musicians are really good about like listening to like the decibel level or like the pitch and, like all this, everything in between that. So it's like mindfulness. Good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
It's not just not having thoughts.
Right. Yeah. You're always going to have thoughts.
Good luck with that, dude.
There's a huge theory behind that too, by the way. Huge theory.
What's the huge theory?
Right, I'll bite.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a theory called the white bear phenomena. And the white bear phenomena, it's nothing else. It's not a green leprechaun. It's not a rainbow. It's not nothing else. Literally is called white bear phenomena. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to think of a white polar bear. Like just think of the white polar bear. You got it, like a Coca-Cola bear, or maybe like you're at the zoo and you see a polar bear, right? All right. So what I want you to do now is not think about it. I don't want you to think about the polar bear that you just kind of pictured in your mind. Don't think about it. Not the black nose of the polar bear, not the white fur of the polar bear. I don't want you to think of any polar bears. No Coca-Cola bears. Like, I don't even want you to think of snow or like anything white at all. Like no white bears, no brown bears, not even any bears. No Santa Claus, Christmas time, Coca-Cola bears, like no bears at all. Cannot think about bears. No white bears. How freaking hard is it not to think about some damn white bears while I'm saying that?
Well, if you keep saying bears,
That's what our thoughts do to us, though. I'm not going to think about it. 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 Damn it, I'm thinking about it. Well, that's because you're forcing yourself to not think about it. It's called the white bear phenomena. So what it's basically saying is that you have to accept the thoughts that come into your mind, process them, and then move on. When you actively try to not think about something, that is when you're actually thinking about it. And that the fact that polar bears and white polar bear, like, it's just something about the animal that you just can't get it out of your head. And it's a great marketing ploy by Coca-Cola, by the way, to put Christmas freaking bears on a Coca-Cola bottle. Like, how genius are you? You know what I mean?
There's a Jedi mind trick. This is the mind reader's secret knowledge here, right?
Yeah.
You can't not think about something, but you can choose what to think about. So when you say don't think about the bear, I always think about a doorknob, right? That's my thing. So you can't remove a thought, but you can push it out with the one you choose to focus on.
Sure.
So anytime somebody's like, don't think of a pink elephant, I'm just like, okay, machete. Think of a machete, right? Just whatever, right? Just so you focus on the thing that isn't what you don't want to be thinking about, so that you completely sidestep that whole mind fixation on don't think about it, don't think about it. You're like, okay, I will then choose instead to focus on this other thing, right? Because that is something you can control, whereas not thinking about something, you can't do it.
But you're putting energy towards not thinking about it. You know what I mean?
You're putting your energy towards thinking about something else.
Yeah, right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you're putting your energy towards not thinking about it. So why not put your energy towards something else, right? To drive those negative thoughts out. And it's just a handy tool, man.
Yeah.
Like you said, I try to think about something else. I'm like, all right, I don't want to think about this no more. Like, I'm going to move on to something else. Like, it's a choice, you know what I mean? And not build a damn building and put a freaking address on it.
Right. Exactly. And that's what most people do with their problems, right? They just get so fixated on, this is my problem. This is the story I've built around why this is my problem. This is my identity that I've learned to associate with having this problem because of the story.
My address.
Yeah. Instead of going, okay, well, did you look for a solution? No, because then that would get rid of this problem that I have as part of my identity. And so it's just kind of like, well, if you focused on a solution, it would be done so much faster, and then you could have so much better problems to experience. Like that's my sole goal. Have better and better problems every year. And let me tell you, my problems have gotten so interesting. It's terrifying, and that's the way I'll have it forever.
What am I gonna do with all this money? Like, what am I gonna do with it all?
It's like, I ran out of space under my mattress. Dang it! I gotta get another mattress. Where am I gonna find a mattress at 3 a.m? This is a really interesting problem.
Gas is really expensive to put into my Ferrari. God. Right? Like, that's a pretty good problem to have. But you're absolutely right. But another thing is that everybody has a problem for their solution. Everybody does. You come up with something and they're like, well, what if this and what if that? Like, I don't play the what if game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they always have a problem for their solutions.
Why the problem could happen. But all you need is that one thing that'll make it actually work. Like,
Sure.
there are infinite number of reasons and excuses not to do something, but if you just find that one reason to do it, that matters so much more than every excuse you could ever imagine.
Yeah. Any step is a step. Like any step. Even like deciding to do something is a step, you know?
Yeah.
So being stuck it just sucks, man.
Yeah.
It just drains the life of you.
Oh, here's some real honesty. I used to be married, right? I got married super young.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that was a learning experience for sure. And we went to marriage counseling, right? Because you want to go through the whole thing, right? You want to go to the witch doctor so you can at least say, you know what? I went to the witch doctor. We tried every available avenue, right? And they were like, so what do you want? I was like, I don't know. Like, I could find reasons to stay. I could find reasons to go. And then my now ex-wife just laid it on. It was amazing. She just blew my damn mind. She was like, choosing not to choose is still a choice. She's like, oh, you're so smart. Why did you marry me?
I see what you did there.
That was great. I was just like, all right, okay. Yeah, because at that moment, I realized I was abdicating the responsibility of making a choice. Right. So then I was allowing other people to dictate my outcomes so that I could then build a narrative of whatever, right? To not take responsibility for being a douche or whatever. Right. So that was a really fun moment. Yep.
Good times.
Yeah.
I love those.
And then
moments.
and then she married the therapist. So
That's right. Exactly. Well, my really good friend who's a lawyer. So I was like, you're going to be okay. You're going to be fine.
You're set.
Yep.
Good times.
Yep. Yeah. Ways to bring conversations to a screeching halt. Number 473. So I learned in marriage counseling therapy before I got divorced. Actually, he was awesome. The counselor. I knew I liked him when he goes, okay, my job is not to keep you guys together. My job is to make sure you both make the best choice for yourselves. If that's to stay together, that's fantastic. If it's not to stay together, that's fantastic too. My job is to help you navigate that conversation. I was like, all right, perfect. I can hang out with this dude. All right, we can.
I like it.
Yeah, he's not coming in with an agenda. It's like, my job is to make sure you two people who are horrible for each other stay together forever and make yourselves miserable until you die. Like, yeah, no thanks. That's not what I'm looking for.
Or you sit down in the room and the guy's like, so how did he mess everything up?
Right, exactly. Well, I mean, I didn't did. I did. So I was like, hey, what's this big red self-destruct button? This looks shiny. Like, I wanna do this. And they're like, no, don't touch the button. I'm like, but I really want to. They're like, it's probably not a good idea if you do it. And I'm like, but what happens if you push it? You're like, it destroys your life. Everything you've been working on will just get wiped out, and you'll basically start from zero, and it'll take you more than 10 years to get back to 0.0. And I'm like, that sounds like a fun challenge. Let's do that. Boom.
That's one way to make things interesting, right?
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, so that's kind of how I've made my choices for way too long is, will this make for a really good story? Let's do that. Instead of, will this make for a very boring, well-adjusted story?
Yeah, 10 years ago, I lived my life by one simple principle. Problems? No, they'll work themselves out. I don't need to do anything.
Right. Yeah, it'll all just come out in the wash.
It'll just go away. Yeah, it'll all come out in the wash. It'll buff out. It's whatever. And
right. I mean, a fire has to die down eventually, right?
Right. No. Nope.
Yeah.
It'll burn forever.
Yeah.
So, yep. Quickly found that out.
Just turns into hot coals. That's what it did.
Right. Yeah, Bren knows. You don't deal with things.
Self-hatred.
Yeah. It just simmers. And then it does kind of go down, like the fire does go down, and then it just becomes hot coals and it just simmers like right here. And it just stays there.
Yeah.
It burns.
Oh, it's crazy.
So what are you guys working on? You got new projects you guys working on?
Yeah, well, Johnathan,
Bren was gonna say something.
I was gonna say we're coming to the end of the episode, and I wanted to ask you guys.
Holy crap!
I wanted to ask you guys what somewhere you're struggling right now. I'm always super interesting to hear where people are struggling, because it's really cool to hear. You know, sometimes we look at people, especially through social media, and we think, oh man, that guy's got it all figured out, or she's really got it made. But then they don't see like oh shit, like that guy's struggling with something right now, and you know they're not talking about it. So I'd love to hear maybe an area where you guys are struggling, and you know how you plan on tackling that.
I don't struggle. I am all that is man.
I am nothing but struggle. Like I'll be your counterpoint, right?
Cool.
Just like,
Cool.
yeah, if shit's together, I've done something wrong. So I work by struggle. No, like I transitioned out of a relationship at the kind of end of January. So then February was spent finding a new place to live. And then that ate up a whole bunch of finances and resources that I hadn't allocated for those purposes. Right. So then I've always kind of taken February as kind of a quiet time, right? Because it's the middle of winter. So I just kind of hole up. Well, I didn't have a lot of paying gigs lined up. So it's kind of crazy when a lot of your resources get eaten up unexpectedly. And then like your cushion, you land on your cushion, but then your cushion's gone. And now you're kind of like just sleeping on hardwood floors. Right? Like you didn't hit rock bottom, you hit your cushion and then rolled off of it. Right. So then it's kind of crazy. You kind of go into power saving mode until your paying gigs come through again, and then you build up your cushion and then get back to, okay, I have resources to do these amazing things that I want to do. So in the meantime, I will do the free versions that I can do as best I can in the interim. But until more money starts coming in, it's tough time, right? People are like, let's go out. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Netflix it up because I can enjoy Netflix and having my pants off more than spending $50 going out for an evening with people who I would rather watch Netflix with, right? So being super honest about like, you know what, money and resources, it's tight right now. So I'm not going to keep up the appearance of, yeah, money left and right, money left and right. It's, well, that's why I call it power saving mode.
Yeah.
Like make sure your bare essentials are taken care of and then everything else gets ruthlessly cut. So my favorite way to do that is to go to the bank and then get a new debit card. Right. So then all those auto pay frills that you just kind of sign up for and sign up for and sign up for, those add up. So then instead of taking a whole bunch of time trying to remember all those that I've signed up for, just get a new card. The old one gets canceled, which therefore cancels all those automatic payments. So then you get those subscriptions getting in touch with you going, hey guy, you haven't, we got to stop your subscription because we can't charge you for next month. And I'm like, I know. That was on purpose. That was on purpose. So I'll be back later, maybe. So that's something I like to do just every 6 months or so, because I'll forget what I've signed up for, and then there goes $20 a month, there goes $20, whatever, and all that shit adds up. So then when it's like you think you just got all of your shit together, and then you trip and dump it on the biggest fan in the middle of the room. Like, I finally figured out how the shit hits the fan. Like, you gather it all together, and then you're walking forward, and you go, oops, and trip again. It's like, oh, and then it goes everywhere, and then you gotta scrape it together, and you pick it up, and then you walk a little farther before you hit the fan the next time. So yeah, learning. That's what I'm doing.
Very
Struggle.
honest.
Awesome.
I love that.
I just got a cool graphic. Like I just literally had like a cartoonish image of like you literally like do, 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 do. Oh shit.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my shit.
And then it lands and just goes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have
talk around that.
Yeah, right. Build a whole talk about shit hitting the fan. Yeah, I have 3 things that I'm kind of struggling with right now. Brennan's like dying right now. It's like, who are these guys? I got 3 things that I'm kind of sucking at life about right now. Like my website freaking sucks, man. I threw that stuff together like super fast last year because I needed to get out there and get the ball rolling on speaking and all that stuff. So I like threw a website together and it absolutely is complete like utter garbage, and so I'm working on that. I got to make that better because it sucks. And then
I've seen it. It does.
Dude, it sucks, man. Like I literally like threw it all together because I had no idea how to make a website. And so I went to Wix and I was like, well, let me sign up for Wix. And I'm like, oh, this is me literally. I'm like, oh my God, $100 to domain something? That's a lot of money. Fuck that. Let me just do .wix.com. And I rolled with it and I was like, all right, I'm getting hired for some substantial amount of money. I should probably have a website that kind of coincides with the speaking fee that I'm asking. Not $10.
Can I tie on that?
Yeah.
Because I just got paid $25,000 to speak.
Right? Yeah. What event was this? And who was her name? What was it?
I'm an 8-figure income earner. I own 55 of these
Subways.
And I own 210 taco franchises.
Jesus.
Don't buy the crap that you have to have. My wife uses Wix. Right? My wife uses Wix. All these people told me stuff that I had to have. Mm-hmm. Well, when Les Brown says, young man, your website's okay. And my niece can tell you they're coming in now at the nursing home. When the school system pays me $15,000 for 30 minutes, and they look at my website and they said, we looked at your website. Your website's great. It's Wix. You don't have to have a Rolls Royce to get you somewhere, right? Don't listen to the noise. All these. Do you have a one sheet?
Yeah. I gotta.
Why?
What?
Why?
No,
see. That's
I don't have a one.
That's old school.
No, I don't have a one sheet. I was gonna say, yeah, I don't have a one sheet because I've literally never been booked off my one sheet. I get booked off of testimonials and videos.
Yes.
Yep.
That's right. One sheets are the old speakers, the old white guys wearing the ties that are boring as hell.
I bought a coaching program. Or no, I was going to buy a coaching program. I literally was like hand on the enter button. It was $197. And I was talking to the lady and I was like, I'm not going to say her name, but she's pretty famous out there in the speaking world. And she's like, oh yeah, so we're going to do this coaching program. I was like, okay, so what are you going to offer and this, that, and the other? And I got my finger on the enter and she's like, well, we're going to do some video stuff. And I'm going to show you how to build a one pager is what she says. I'm like, a one pager, like a speaker one sheet. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to take your program. I'm out. Why? Nobody uses them. They suck. There's a guy named Benji Bruce. Benji Bruce has a speaking lifestyle coaching business.
And I know Benji.
Yeah, so I've been working with Benji for a little while, and Benji's like, if you have a speaker one sheet, don't even fucking come to me. Go away.
Right. I know. I know Benji, and Benji knows what he talks about. Because here's the reason why. This is what Les Brown taught me. I just got off the phone with him a little while ago. If you say you know Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, right? You can put that on a paper. But if someone sees a video of Brad and Angelina talking about you and I, right? Yeah. So these people talk about one sheets, they're just trying to get their 197. And I bet she probably said her program was $50,000, but she's giving it to you for 197.
Yeah, like 5,000. Yeah.
Yes, that's my first turn off when people do. Listen, I tell people right now, I just coach 3 guys. I charge $1,000 an hour. Because if I try to sell you my Lamborghini for $175,000, if I tell you it's only $22,000, what would you think about that car?
Yeah, it's a piece of crap.
That's right. So these people out there saying, it's $40,000, but for you, here's the prices: $97, $197, or $497. Are you kidding me? I tell people I'm not cheap because the experience I have,
right,
and 33 years of business. Listen, you can go. There's people out there selling crap because they can put up a good game, right?
Sure.
But when someone tells you something's $8,000, $10,000, and they're only charging you $97 and $197, you should run. You should run. I tell people a kid wants me to guide him, to coach him to buy franchising. I said it's $1,000 an hour, and then you're going to give me 12% of whatever the franchise is, right? He just wrote me a check for $28,000. Don't fall for that cheap stuff. Nice. Don't fall for the one sheet.
Hey, Greg, introduce yourself real quick.
I'm Greg Walker. People call me the Big Dreamer. Because that's what I was called growing up with 15 siblings, being the first ever to make it out of the 9th grade. I went on, like I said, to open 50, all these, 210 taco franchises across the world. Now I speak around the world with Les Brown. I'm speaking with, it would be Tony Robbins, Michelle Obama, and Les Brown this year. So I tell people, if I can do it, But I don't buy into that bull crap on social media. Everything is six figure this. Go to Taco. No, like you mentioned Benji Bruce. Benji Bruce is someone who I will always recommend because he's speaking what I call the real world truth. Right. And when he said he told you not to get a speaker, isn't that what I said? Do you have a speaker one sheet? Because I can tell the people who are serious speakers and those who are not.
Right.
They're not, because the world has changed. When people, my nieces who are, say hello, girls. Say hello.
What up, girls?
When they're in Detroit with me, right?
That's where I'm from.
In a packed auditorium.
Yeah.
And all these people in suits and dresses, and there's your boy, the big dreamer, in his shorts and his dream grind hustle in his hat. And they're like, "What are you here for?" I'm like, "I'm the keynote speaker." And they're like, "How are you going to get paid for that?" I'm like, see my name on the program right there? That's me, the big dreamer. I don't change for anybody. Right. So they told me the same thing. How are you going to get paid? I showed them when I got paid, and I never heard this old guy curse as much as anybody because he was there for free.
Wow.
He was there for free. And guess what? And guess what he had in his hand?
Speaker one sheet?
He had a one sheet.
Oh my God.
He said, "Where's your one sheet?" I said, "I don't have one sheet, but I do have Forbes magazine talking about me, Professor Ruben Arana. I have Arnold Schwarzenegger talking about me, Les Brown talking about me." That's what people want to see. So don't think that you have to have this. People came to me and said, "Dude, I can do your website for $6,000, $18,000. I said, "Why?" "My wife did it for $100. Why? You don't need a Rolls Royce. You don't need my Lamborghini or Ferrari. All you need is a nice Honda Accord."
Yeah.
Well played.
And here's what I'm talking about. I played the drums for almost 40 years, right? So my ex-business partner, his son has autism, so he plays the drums. So he has a little tiny. It's not a great. It's for a kid who has autism. It's good for that. So when I play, he's like, "Holy cow! How do you make that sound so good?" I said, "Because a great drummer can make a poor drum set sound good, right? He can do that. But a poor drummer cannot get on my Gretchen drum set, and just rock it out."
Right.
So that's why I tell people, you don't have to have this big giant website. And a lot of people aren't even having websites anymore. They're going to landing pages.
Yeah.
So when I see these people, when I see these people with these websites, and it just goes on and on, there's so much stuff in it, I just click off.
Yeah.
So don't let people try to tell you got to have this big giant great website with all this flash and all this stuff. No, just put your videos that would tell people who you are. People want to know three things in your life. They want to know who you are, what do you have to say, and why should they give a crap about what you're saying. If you can answer those three things on your website, people will hire you.
There you go. What do you think, Bren?
I think
Bren's a man of many words.
No, man, I love it. We gotta end the show. We're getting to the end here.
Okay.
But no, it's been a great
we'll do
episode,
it again.
man. Yeah, Greg.
We introduced Greg to the world.
Yeah, we introduced Greg to the world. Greg's been on the show before
into
here.
our world.
Yeah. Greg's a great guy, man. He's been on the show here
dude,
before. I'm sure we'll have him back.
I follow your speeches, Greg. I follow your videos. I follow what you're doing, man. I love what you're doing, man.
Thank you very much.
So glad to connect with you. And Johnathan, Greg, Johnathan.
Yeah. Jonathan, thank you very much. I like that. How much is that mic there? Is that very expensive?
No. Like
okay. It looks nice. I like it.
It sounds good.
Right.
$99.
$99 on Amazon, you're set.
He has to give it back to Britney Spears in about 20 minutes.
Britney Spears?
He has to give it back to Britney Spears in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I was wondering what those gemstones were. Put some gemstones on them, brother. No, thank you guys for having me. I'm always welcome to come on here. If you guys ever want any advice, just hit me up, DM me or whatever that means. Direct mark. I don't even know what DM stands for. I don't know, but just get a hold of me somehow.
Direct message.
Okay, direct message. I'm willing to help you guys however you guys want, and I'm not going to say that and then charge you $1,000. There's a lot of idiots out there doing that, telling people, "Hey, hit me up, I'll talk to you," and they're like, "Okay, my PayPal account." So if you guys ever want So if you guys want advice, just get a hold of me. I don't mind giving free advice. There's a time to pay and there's a time to give free advice. So thank you guys very much. Rock it. Remember, you are all too big to dream small, and go get your dreams, because if you don't, someone else is getting it.
Boom.
See you guys. Peace.
See you, Greg. We appreciate you.
Later.
See you, Sean.
I appreciate you guys.
See you, Jonathan. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming on the show. Hopefully we'll get you guys back next week on Friday for another Mastermind talk. And hey, man, it's a great day.
Way to end the show.
You guys just got. I'm at a loss for words. I'm just at a loss for words, which is rare because I get on this show 5 days a week, and I'm just like, you can't stop me from talking. But today, I'm just like, take a step back, give it up.
Like the one on Wednesday.
Oh yeah,
the one on Wednesday, dude. You were like all over the place. I'm like, holy crap! Did you take Mountain Dew pills?
No, man. Vegan, gluten free, exercise, raw diet. That's all I need, man.
Perfect.
Love it.
I love you guys.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna go get bored now.
Yeah, man.
You gotta get the peace sign.
I gotta go do some stuff.
Go get bored.
See ya
Later.
Deuces.
Peace.